Take two. Okay. I had a problem with the first time. Hi, everyone. Good to see you again. The first thing I want to announce, the first thing you'll notice, you see these rings in my eyes? I got myself a selfie light for my computer, everybody. It even changes like the different color and everything. Oh, I think I feel a little bit more natural with this one. Anyway, happy to be talking in space for you to listen to later. I am really happy that I got to see almost everybody last week for our quick little Zoom pop-in check-in. I promise I'm not going to make you do that every week, but I do want to see your little faces and make sure that you're alive and that you're like okay and kind of eating and stuff like that. Okay, what do we have to talk about today? Let's take a look. And this is the screen here. Okay, so now you're seeing what I'm seeing. And you're going to be watching two videos today, or hopefully in the very near future. And one is our usual agenda video, but the other one is very specifically for research and where to find research. And that's can be complicated, especially the first time that you do it. But the reason why we do research sophomore year is that so it's even easier for you to do junior and senior years, okay? So that'll be the second video. I'll talk about that later. Let's go through this agenda right now. First things first, I got some clarification and it turns out I do not have to sit in an empty vacuum of an office hour waiting for exactly two people to come in and talk to me. That hour of office hours that you see on the schedule basically just means that we're available for you an hour out of every day, and hopefully you guys already know that I'm available for you almost any time. So we're just gonna move forward with emails or IG messages. That seems to be working fine for everybody, okay? All right, so letter A, I am going through as quickly as they're coming in. That's how bored I am. Your research topics, it's Sunday night when I'm recording this. And I'm giving feedback on everybody. And you're all exactly in the same spot in terms of the feedback that I have for you. And the big, huge piece of feedback is that, well, two things. One, this is a non-United Statesian issue that you are researching. This is world literature. You are taking world history. We need to graduate you having some kind of global view, okay? So it can be an issue that's happening in multiple countries, including the United States, and you kind of like piece all that together. But by and large, the big issue, the big violation of human rights is happening in another country. Okay, so that's first thing. The second thing, as you can see right here, is that almost everybody needs to narrow down their topics. And let's talk about some examples of how to do that. Okay, so you want to think of, if you look at me, if you want to think of your research topic as an upside down pyramid, a chalice, they call it, right? Where I've already given you the biggest, broadest aspect of the research. It's about human rights, it's about social justice, kind of stuff like that. Where you all are right now is you're one step below that. You're telling me you want to talk about racism. You're telling me you want to talk about healthcare. All of those things are amazing, and I like seeing what you guys are interested in. We need to go one step further down the pyramid, though, and you need to make it specific to an instance that is happening now in a country or a region to a specific or a particular group of people. Otherwise, your research is going to be so huge that you're not going to be able to have any way of talking about history or background or who's involved or anything like that. What you see on the screen currently, I do believe this is a United Nations document map, and this is how the United Nations kind of separates the world into regions. I think this could be a solid way of thinking about your topic, is to think about from region to region. If you quickly take a look at these labels, they're largely culturally based, ethnically based, religiously based in some instances. And again, that just helps us to kind of focus down that topic to a particular place and people. And that's going to be a huge, huge, huge for you. The second thing is I found two diagrams, images online. And this is an example over here on the left of how to narrow down a research topic. So again, we have something really broad like education. Well, education, I suppose compulsory education, if we're talking about the United States, means K through 12. Compulsory means it's required. Nobody is not allowed to do those grades, right? But there's a lot more to education than that. We're talking about preschool children. We're talking about post-secondary. That means college education for young people, for adult learners, whatever. Okay, so we need to focus that down on preschool kids. Maybe your parents run a daycare out of the house or something like that, and you actually like those children. I don't really understand them personally. And then, okay, so what like about preschoolers? Because there's a lot to discuss. Are we talking about brain development? Are we talking about social interaction development, kind of all those things? No, it's about how preschoolers today are the kids of super mega busy people in Silicon Valley, and they don't get the sleep that they should. It's like literally from like infancy to like 4 years old, and teenagers that need the most amount of sleep, right? So we're talking about what happens to the effects of having fewer than 8 hours of sleep in a preschool kid. Okay, so we can rephrase that: education of preschool children and the effects of fewer than 8 hours of sleep. You can form that into a research question, but I want to make it really clear right now, we do not require a research question at the sophomore level. That's something you do go into junior year, just so you know. Okay, so this is an example of what I'm talking about. Same thing right over here. Okay, you're interested in pollution, great. What kind? Air pollution, great. What about it? Causes of air pollution. Yeah, okay, what about the effects of aerosol products on pollution, blah, 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 stuff like that, okay? Again, really bringing it down the pyramid. And then I do have, I'm not going to read these to you, but I do have some like specific, like bringing it from the non-specific to the specific examples, bringing it from the broad to the focus, bringing it from the simple to the complex. Do you see this over here? Sit down. But these are the things that you want to be working on. And as you do research over the next week and a half or so, that will become easier for you to do, just so you know. Okay, well, let's go back to our agenda right here. So be working on that. Okay, so this week's attendance assignment is going to be what I call the distance learning matrix. It's an all-in-one organizer for all of you to kind of figure out and organize how your teachers can be reached, how they're assigning work, kind of literally everybody's feedback on the survey that you submitted to me last week said you have no idea how anything is due or how work is being submitted or given to you or anything like that. So I created this document for you, and it's right here. Actually, I take that back. I did not create this. This is from my homegirl, Ms. Carey at Fremont High School. And as you can see, you're just going to go through period by period. Obviously, if you don't have 7 periods, don't fill it out for all periods. And I'm asking for big questions right here. How's attendance being taken? What do office hours look like? What is actually like happening during class time? And then where do you find assignments? Where do you submit them? Stuff like that. I'm going to make this document available to you Monday morning when I send out my usual, when I post my folder for the week as usual, right? But I need you to submit it by 2 p.m. on the day that you quote unquote have class. So 4th and 5th period, you're gonna turn it in on Wednesday by 2 p.m. 6th and 7th period, you're gonna turn it in on Thursday by 2 p.m. Okay, that's how attendance is being taken. Even if you finish it tomorrow, Monday, I still need you to submit it on that actual day so that I know you are alive that day when I take attendance, okay? As always, if you have any questions, let me know about that. So that's how attendance is being taken this week. And again, everything is on Schoology. I am organizing things by folders. Most of it is in the distance learning folder. Some of it is in the research folder. So everything is there, okay? I promise. And then the last thing is we're going to move on to research and how to find research. And so this is where I'm going to stop this video, only to tell you what it is that you're going to be working on again for the next week and a half or so. But as always, if you have any questions about the agenda, holler at me and I'll let you know. Thanks.